How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Diamond channel. If you're new to me, thanks for watching. I'm Bilton, Chris Bilton, jeweller from London. I was there for like 2 decades making high-end bespoke pieces for people. I got married, had children. With my Japanese wife, I moved to Japan. So now I'm here set up at home, making jewellery, doing things for local shops and getting a few orders from local people, so that's cool. And also regularly uploading instructional jewellery making videos to YouTube, as you know, because you just clicked on it. Right. Today is the first of a new show called That Skull Ring, and the reason it's called that is it's just an idea I've had in my mind for like about a year now. It's the next stage of evolution on a skull ring design I work on, and when I'm not working on them, I'm always thinking about them. I like skull rings. I always tweak the designs, and I've got a lot of little skull things going on. If you've seen my Etsy shop, I think it's called C. Bilton Jewellery. There's a lot of skull stuff there, and my website as well. Yeah, check it out. It's just skulls. I don't know. I just make them. They come out of me. Right. So this show, That Skull Ring, is based on one of the larger skull rings designs that I've done, and I really liked it. But did I sell any? No, I didn't sell one. Not one. Nobody bought any. I think it's cool. So this is it. Made it a bit kind of rough on purpose. I mean, I finished it a bit rough because I think that suits the design. If you really polish them, get them all really mathematically perfect, takes a certain amount of charm away from them. Although I do offer polished ones. They still look good, but I think the rough ones have some sort of extra character that suits the kind of scary design. So yeah, like I was saying, this one is bigger than I used to make them, but looking on Instagram and Pinterest and stuff, everybody seemed to, all the positive comments seem to go towards the larger skull ring, so I made one bigger than what I would normally choose, but I still think I didn't go over the top. What I kept in mind is the width. I think the wide face going across the finger is better than a small face on a sort of large ring size. Yeah, I don't know, I really like it. Didn't sell any. £250 if you're interested. They're available on C. Bilton Jewellery Etsy page. So what do you do when you've got a £250 piece of jewellery in your Etsy store that isn't selling? It's not getting the attention you think it deserves to get. You make a £250,000 version. So this is the same ring, but obviously a rough casting. I haven't cleaned it up yet. I've been drawing lines on it, trying to decide how to go about putting the stones on. I want as large a stones as possible. I don't just want it covered in small stones. That's kind of, I'm not going to say easy, but it's a little bit unimaginative, because smaller stones you can just put them around there, up there, around there. There's no real thought to it. But the larger the stones go, the more difficult it is to get them in a position, especially when you're working with this double curvature. I've got to go that way, and then going in and out. It's really difficult to get this right, so I did experiment a lot. I could have a central one there, just drop down slightly so it sort of fills in that space, or I could just have them going straight across and just one small diamond there. I want them, the next row has to sit in between them, obviously, so they buck up nice and close to each other. But then there's the distances going across the top. I can't just have like just 3 in the centre and then sort of space for half of one there. So yeah, considering adjusting this side bit, that may even just be one large stone there, and then hopefully can get these round. I may have to reduce the size to get on there a little bit. I'm not totally against the idea of mixing the size of the stones. If it's necessary, it's necessary. I want this top row to go, yeah, see that's a bit narrow there. I'm definitely going to have to have that nice and wide. Yeah, especially as even worse, it's slightly even more narrow. So this width stones is going to go all the way around there. So that's going to be one piece that does that. And then same here, one piece, so going that way all the way around there. So I've got to make that work somehow. 2 rows below that, I want at least one stone there. I want to keep the stones as big as possible. I may not have stones on the cheeks and the top lip, although it would be nice to have sort of one on the side of the nose, but this is what I mean. Like, it's nothing really obvious. There's no obvious way to proceed with this, but the information I've got is I know I want quite large stones. I think these circles were 4mm, going to be for 4mm stones. It's just a hell of a lot of work. I'm going to have to really figure it out as I go along. Like, there's no way I can just make this in one video, so that's why I decided to make it a kind of a show where I just continue with it. I pick up sometimes. This is like a year-old idea. I've been cutting bits of metal out that I've even scalloped some out before, just to try and line them up, see if I can make it work. I could definitely do the job, but it's just learning it as I go along. But I like the design, and obviously you can have round. I'll probably go for ovals in the eyes, because I did some. Here's one I made earlier. This is designed as a pinky ring. This has got fire opal eyes. So yeah, see what I mean? Polished. Looks alright. But it hasn't got that scary kind of quality this one has, because I left this rough. It's all blacked out and stuff. Right, so I've assembled a few little skulls for you. These are the same. This is all the same ring, blank, just finished them differently. This is one of my favourites. Black sapphires, blacked out silver ring. This is one I just kind of experiment on, doing little flowers, leaves on it. I do actually wear this one quite a lot. And this one, blacked out, polished, did it really rough. Like it. This is a hollowed out skull bead. Nice. And there's an even smaller bead. Cool. So you can see the size difference between them. This is the size I would normally choose to make. Made it quite a lot bigger. And it's a lot of work producing something like this. Carving it out by hand in wax never comes out how you want it in the wax. And also hard to imagine how it will look in metal. So once you've sent the wax off for casting, or do it yourself if you can, always seems to be a lot more work than you imagine doing something like this once you get it back in metal. But it can work much more accurately in metal than you can in wax. Wax, also, especially things like the nose of the point, can't really touch it, because wax, when you get little thin bits, it melts under the heat of your fingers. So when things get really delicate, wax is really troublesome to work on. But the initial carving up the big chunk of the big shape, no problem at all. What I've done to proceed with this, I bought a strip of silver. I've got 50 centimeters of that. So that strip is wide enough for these stones. So I'm thinking I will just be, with my half round pliers, I'll be bending that. It's a circle, trying to curve it. It's going to be really difficult getting it all right. And I can always refer to that. And then what I'll do is, for the face part, starting that again, I'll cut that out and then add that once I've got all the stones sitting all together nicely. Yeah, and then I'll add the face part to it, and the lower jaw. I may even make it without the lower jaw first, and then add that on after, and then just see how I like it. This is very much like an artwork. I'm not, like I say, for the diamonds, easy 250 grams worth of jewellery, handmade, covered in diamonds. It's an artwork. This is like my little art project. You know, when I left school, I actually missed art lessons, and then I thought to myself, like, why do I need someone to tell me what I've got to make? I just have my own art project. So even from back then, those years ago, I was doing skulls. So skulls are just like my thing. It's like my little art thing I do. So this ticks a lot of boxes for me. I like working on skull designs, and also really testing my skills as a jeweller. So it's a fun thing for me to get involved with, and I recommend you do the same. Just have your own designs. It's exciting when you learn a new skill to actually, especially something creative, actually come up with your own ideas and get some stones and actually create something. It's really satisfying. And then you get another layer, another level of satisfaction is when someone else really likes it and they want to buy it from you, and then you get paid for things that you were really happy, you really enjoyed making and very proud of, and then someone offered you money for them. It's a really good feeling. So making jewellery, hand making jewellery, is a really nice thing to get involved with, I think. Another stonkingly hot day here in Japan. Right, yeah, thanks for watching. That was episode 1 of the new show, That Skull Ring. Next episode I will be certainly doing something at the bench, probably with these strips of metal, like turning them up to try and figure out how to get all the curves right. It's going to be really difficult. This is quite a difficult one, and I may do some kind of gallery wire or edge. I don't know, right, this is so many ideas, so many different ways I can go about this. That's what the show is going to be about, actually, me proceeding with it. And if you're a jeweller and you've got your own little projects on the go, it may be interesting for you to watch, to see another jeweller struggle along with their own ideas and overcoming problems and troublesome aspects of their design. So that's it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like for the algorithms. Let's spread this knowledge. Let's get YouTube, like, getting everyone making jewellery. Yeah, subscribe, like, share, notification bell, pa-pang, and see you next time for more Diamond Mountain. Thank you, bye.